You know, a game's intro is supposed to help you get a feel for what you're about to experience. I just watched that whole thing, and I still have no idea what the hell I'm in for.
Well, you saw the cards, right? Those are a pretty big factor.
Wow, I'm impressed, Sonic Shuffle. Not even 5 minutes in, and we already have a 12-year-old panty shot.
You know, you really disgust me sometimes. Also, it's for a literal split second. The only way you noticed is because you paused the footage at the perfect time.
Also, I know I say this a lot, but given the way Amy lands, yeah, no, her knees are fucked.
Okay, I'm going to make this perfectly clear to not just Charriii, but also everybody here that believes this bullshit. These characters are not human. Therefore, they are not as fragile as humans. They can withstand incredible punishments, and there is literally nothing you can say to debunk it.
Sonic! Forget about Sonic! Just look at my clothes!
Huh. There's finally something Amy values more than Sonic. What is this place? Her clothes?
Charrii's characterization cliché.
Are we dreaming?
Then we're all part of the same dream? No way! That's impossible!
Well, one thing's for sure. We stumbled into a very strange place.
Okay, let aside the fact that you've been to wackier places than this, do none of you remember how you got here? Did you all just happen to be asleep when you were transported here? That's a hell of a way to wake up.
1. At this point in the timeline, assuming Shuffle is even canon, which I don't think it is, but it very well could be, they have definitely not been to wackier places. Every other place they've been to in the classic games and Adventure 1 haven't been nearly this outlandish. And 2. It's made pretty clear that they weren't expecting to be brought here, meaning they didn't know how they came here.
Welcome to Imaginary World.
Imaginary World, huh? That's the name we're sticking with? Dreamland was already taken by Kirby? Alright.
Oh please, it's not like you can come up with something better. No, don't tell me that you can. There is no name you can come up with that isn't worse than Imaginary World or already taken by Kirby and Knights.
Illumina, the goddess of dreams, and I are the protectors of the precious stone. We guard the precious stone so that everyone's dreams are protected.
From what? Nightmares? Are nightmares not a thing in the Sonic universe?
Nightmares are very much a thing in the Sonic multiverse, and they manifest as monsters in Imaginary World. Yes, I said multiverse. There are multiple universes. Over 1,000 to be exact.
The precious stone was stolen by the darkness of void. And the precious stone was shattered.
How r/is the Precious Stone/Precious Stone a ripoff of both the Chaos Emerald and the Master Emerald at the same time?
It's not a ripoff if it's from the same franchise. Besides, the Precious Stone is completely different from the Master Emerald and the Chaos Emerald in design and abilities.
I need your help. I need to gather the pieces of the precious stone.
Hey guys!
Yeah. Let's do it.
Well, I've got nothing better to do.
What do you mean you've got nothing better to do? What about the Master Emerald, you clown?
Well, it's not like he can just leave this place on his own. Besides, this universe is in danger of being destroyed. I don't care if you're straight up in love with that rock. Universal destruction is far more important than guarding a gem.
A tropical island paradise created from the dreams of those who enjoy the sun. But now,
What's that?
it's frozen.
I heard that. Charriii makes a pop culture reference that isn't a sin in the game cliche.
Emerald Coast? From Sonic Adventure? Was Sonic in Imaginary World during Sonic Adventure? Because otherwise, I don't think Emerald Coast should be here, right?
This is obviously a dream version of Emerald Coast, and if your point is that the timeline doesn't match up, Shuffle came out 2 years after Adventure did. It more than matches up.
Wait, I thought this was a dancing game, not fucking Mario Party. Why is this called Sonic Shuffle? Oh, because of the car. Okay.
Charriii answers himself cliche. Also, you really thought that this was a dancing game, even though everything from the box art to the intro had cards?
This is a party game where you can drown? Damn, this game isn't messing around.
Well, it's an element from the Sonic games. Gotta give it something from the series, otherwise it's just a generic party game.
So, in the context of this story, all we're trying to do is get the pieces of the Precious Stone, right? Then why is our movement limited, dictated by our cards that we need for some reason? Why don't we just get the Precious Stone? You know where the pieces are. In fact, you're next to one right now. Just grab the shit.
Because this is how the world works, and you need to obey the rules of the world because they'll kill you if you don't.
I mean, people's dreams in this entire world is in danger, but sure, I'll play a stupid minigame.
Again, this is a party game. This is how the world works. Don't like that? Too bad.
Man, you gotta love party game AI set on normal, dude. Somebody do something!
Charriii sins the same thing twice, cliche.
Wait, what the hell is Eggman doing here? Is this a dream version of Eggman? What's going on?
Entering panic mode already, huh? This is probably just a nightmare that looks like Eggman. You've just been playing too much Kingdom Hearts.
Wait, I can use other players' cards? Then what the hell is the point of giving me my own hand? Play with the hand you're dealt is literally an idiom that uses playing cards as a metaphor, but in this game, I can play with the hand anyone is dealt. Which, by the way, considering this game is called Sonic Shuffle, it's pretty boosh that we get to pick the amount of spaces we want to move, making this more of a strategy game than it is a party game. And come to think of it, no, it's even worse than that. Why are there abilities on the special card to exchange cards with another player or to steal them? I can do that shit anyway!
1, because the AI can steal from you as well, and I've heard they can be pretty ruthless. 2, Shuffle is only meant as a name because of the cards. Think about it. Other party games are literally called Mario Party and Crash Bash. There's also Crash Boom Bang. Do not bring up Crash Boom Bang! And 3rd, stealing them, yes. Exchanging them, no.
If the point of this minigame is to stay in the shade and collect as many rings as possible, and mind you, this is functioning under the premise that we're all friends and that it makes no sense why we'd be competing, why don't we all just share the parasol? It's as big as Eggman's stomach, we could all fit under there.
Oh please, the parasol isn't that big. Also, this isn't the premise we're working under. Suspension of disbelief is required. But who am I kidding? You threw yours away a long time ago.
Sonic Cola does not sound like a drink, it sounds like a fucking disease.
Only if it's pronounced Sonic Ola, but it's not. It's pronounced Sonic Cola.
You had a minigame where 4 Sonic characters play the guitar together and you didn't call it Sonic Jam? It was right there!
Aside from memes, no one cares about Sonic Jam anymore, and they care even less about Sonic Underground, so don't bring that up either.
Wait, I don't understand this. We were all running away from whatever just abducted me and put me in the egg bot, and now Sonic is willingly attacking his friends? This isn't a game, this is goddamn terrorism!
These minigames are just that. Minigames. Isolated circumstances that have no bearing on the plot or characters. It's like that for basically every party game.
Why are there 2 egg diners, 2 boys and girls stores, 2 Tom Pays, and 2 coffee MSs on the same street?
Because they didn't have an infinite budget to make infinite models.
Personally, I wouldn't be caught dead using those things.
These have no bearing on the plot. Stop trying to say that they do.
Game designers were like, hey, you know that puzzle from the Vermilion Gym in Pokemon? Wouldn't it be cool if it were a minigame? And then his coworker was like, dude, yeah, and we can even make the boxes look like Diglett.
Charriii makes a Pokemon ref.
Okay, so I hadn't brought it up because it hadn't happened to me yet, but doesn't it suck that the person furthest away from the Precious Stone gets an anvil dropped on them, cutting their ring count in half? Like, I guess they were trying to balance it out, but it doesn't really work when the only reason I'm back here is because I got a bullshit event that made me rest for a turn, meaning I didn't even have a chance to try and get the first Precious Stone, and then I got hit with an Eggman invention that only let me move 1 space for 3 turns. Like, goddamn, isn't it enough that another player got the Precious Stone? You still gotta kick me when I'm down?
The point you think you're making is that it isn't fair to punish the person who's losing. Sorry, but regardless of the how, the why makes sense.
There are turn-sensitive objectives we have to do? Dude, I gotta plan out 6 moves ahead just so I can maybe get a chance to get the Precious Stone. And you're asking me to fix a leak on this board? And that's not all. Whoever gets there first, if at all, gets an extra emblem at the end. So if you're too far away from it like I am, kiss your chances of advancing the story, let alone beating this board goodbye.
Okay, DT, you can add party games to the list of games Charriii sucks at.
And that wouldn't be an issue if this game didn't have the smartest AI in anything ever. I know I made the joke earlier that they weren't even touching each other during the tank minigame, but that's because they both knew what to do to avoid getting hit. This AI is so hard, I had to bump them down to easy after losing like 3 rounds of Emerald Coast, and each board is like an hour and a half long. But even on easy, these computer players are still too hard.
While this is a legitimate sin in this game, you already sinned it twice before, so it doesn't count. Side note, I watched Jay's reviews video on this game, and the way he played was by constantly saving and loading until he got the best outcome.
Wings of freedom.
It's wonderful!
So this is Imaginary World, the land of dreams.
Is this place really that impressive to you guys? I mean, I feel like you see stuff more amazing than this on a regular basis. Hell, in the last game, you guys fought an actual water god. And Knuckles, you come from an island where there are mushrooms twice your size and where the seasons change if you go a little bit to the right. All that's way more interesting than a silly firebird.
The water god is debatably crazier, but big mushrooms? Seriously? The classic games don't have nearly as much craziness as the later games. Heck, the majority of places in the classic games, and even Adventure 1, are realistic places.
Wow, this was a jungle.
But look at this.
Is this Void's doing?
No, Tails, I think Lumina just wanted to show us this hella dope jungle. Of course this was Void's doing! That's the whole reason we're even in Imaginary World!
Like I said in the previous video, Tails does still have a little bit of naivete around Sonic, and even though he did learn to become less reliant on the previous game, he's still inexperienced.
Lumina? I'm having a hard time hearing you. The music's a little... hello?
Okay, this is straight bullshit. I actually watched all the cutscenes before writing this script, and the guy who made the video, link in description, appeared to be recording off an authentic Dreamcast. You're clearly using an emulator. Now, I can't confirm if emulating it increases the volume since I don't have a Dreamcast, but the fact that there's such a large gap in volume makes things pretty suspicious.
Is that all you got?
Damn, Knuckles, the man just gave you 30 rings. What more do you want, you greedy bastard?
It was a taunt towards the others, not Eggman.
What is your dream?
I'm sorry, Illumina. Could you ask me that again when you get a mic that doesn't sound like you're trying to eat it?
Considering that Illumina appears at the end of the game with audio that's perfectly fine, I'm guessing the distortion for this vision was intentional.
The jungle's been regenerated.
Wow, it's totally different. Yeah, it feels alive.
Yeah!
Good talk, Sonic.
He's just agreeing with what everyone's saying. What more do you want?
But sometimes people forget to love Mother Nature. I'm afraid nobody will wish for this world.
Lumina, we won't let our dreams die.
That's right, so cheer up. Don't worry, everything will be all right.
Good talk, Knuckles. Lumina's not even looking at you.
See previous sin.
Let's go. We have to find the next precious stone.
Lumina, I can't hear you! Dear God, turn the music down!
Charriii sins the same thing twice, cliche.
I'm sorry, is that Shrek and Donkey occupying the same body?
Charriii makes a DreamWorks ref.
Okay, can I just say, these you might get turned around spaces are ass, because it's not like navigating these boards as easy as is. Now you're just prolonging the round by not letting me advance.
So, hazards in a party game, which is something all competent party games share, is a bad thing?
I just realized, if Void has the power to steal a precious stone from someone for a mere 50 rings, why don't we just pay him to get us the rest? It's not like he can go to any space he wants. And if all Void wanted was to prevent us from getting the precious stones, he wouldn't even bother stealing them for us. I think Void just wants rings, and that shouldn't be too hard to give in exchange for speeding this whole thing up.
You still think what happens in the minigames and events affects the story, huh? This is like saying that the various things Bowser's minions do for you in the Mario Party games makes no sense to the story when they're exclusively Mario Party events. Granted, most Mario Party games don't have plots, but some of them do.
I am a piece of a dream. I am a precious stone. I am returning to the Temple of Light, to the temple where everyone waits.
I understand.
You do? Cause I'm gonna be real, Chief, I don't feel like anything has been said in these cutscenes other than stuff we already know. Void's a dream. That's about it.
You know why that is? Because the brain you were given is rarely actually used. Sonic, on the other hand, has been piecing together information and drawing his own conclusion.
Void, you're...
Cutting off what a character was saying for the sake of a mystery that's honestly not even that intriguing cliche.
Cliches aren't bad unless they're poorly used, and against everything else this game does poorly, this is the only good part.
We interrupt Sonic Shuffle to bring you back to the future part 3.
Charriii makes a pop culture ref.
Okay, everyone. We're heading into the fourth dimension.
You know, there's people that argue that Sonic doesn't work in the 3rd dimension, and you want to take us to the 4th?
Not funny. Dickens rap.
Piece of the precious stone is there.
What? The music mixed with the fact that you're on a train makes it really hard to hear what you're saying!
Charriii sins the same thing a 3rd time, cliche.
Lumina, I cannot hear you!
Well, I can hear you, and I really wish you would shut up about the same damn thing.
You know, it's kind of funny that we get here before Void destroys the pieces of the Precious Stone into smaller pieces, because why don't we do anything to stop him? Why doesn't Lumina just take the Precious Stone piece?
Void actually destroys the Precious Stone piece as we arrive. Those menus don't have any bearing on the plot.
What do you mean, was that a dream? Isn't all of this technically a dream?
No, this is a real place people can go to through their dreams. Man, first Nightopia, then the dream dimension, and now this? Why can't you understand anything dream-related?
Man, I'm playing this game because I wanted to have a mediocre time, not watch a weird dream child have an existential crisis. Okay, that's not true. I played this game for this video.
You going to tell us why that's a sin? No? Then what was the point?
Oh, so now we're working together?
Yeah, because the entire universe is about to be obliterated.
Lumina, can't you accept Void for what he is? Dreams probably can't exist without it. It's the same with me. When I'm down and I feel I can't go on anymore, that's when I know I have to try harder, because I have my own dreams.
Tails, not to invalidate your feelings, buddy, but you're 8.
Hey, his advice is still sound. Just because he's 8 doesn't mean he can't offer good advice, especially considering how smart he is.
Wait, but if Void was one half of Illumina, how did Void destroy the Precious Stone while Illumina was there? How is Void both a part of the Precious Stone and the Guardian of the Precious Stone at the same time? This isn't like Chaos, who is the protector of the Chao and now exists within the Master Emerald. And more importantly, how does Lumina know who Illumina is, but not that she and Void make up Illumina? In fact, how does she know about Illumina's existence at all? Wouldn't she have disappeared the moment she split into Lumina and Void? What are the rules, damn it?
Lumina is the good half of Illumina, which is why she knows about Illumina. However, when she split apart due to Illumina's inner demons, which is explained in the ending, she and Void lost most of their identities. Void wanted to know who he was, which is why he was after the Precious Stone, and Lumina, thinking that Illumina was captured, was her trying to make sense of it all due to her lack of memories. Wow, this party game is surprisingly complicated.
See? Tails was halfway through working on the tornado. Why would he think this was a dream? Didn't it seem weird to him that one second he was working on a machine and the next he was in a weird world with his friends suddenly there?
Yeah, that's what they all admitted in the very first cutscene. Also, he fell asleep working on the tornado. I feel like this is something easily understandable, but then again, you have Dory's mental capacity, so what should I expect?
He was in a cafe? Did no one even try waking her up or calling an ambulance when they realized she wasn't responding?
Oftentimes, dreams are a lot longer in dream than they are in reality. I've personally dreamt up scenarios that have lasted several days while only sleeping a few hours.
We did not see them again.
But they do, in their dreams.
This is Sonic's room? Sonic has a room? I have so many questions, like, why is there practically nothing in here? I mean, I wouldn't have many belongings either if I was constantly on the move, but I wouldn't even have a room if I was constantly on the move. Why do you have like 3 cacti? Do you just like cacti? Is that a thing? You have a fish tank with like 1,000 fish? Why? Do you ever feed them? Do your friends just randomly show up in your backyard and not come in?
First of all, how is having questions on its own a sin of the game? And as for the questions themselves...
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
Spoilers? I haven't even unlocked these characters. I don't think I should know that they're in this game.
They're unlockable characters, not secret characters.
What a dream to be able to fly with Sonic. Wow, yeah, what a dream. It's not like you haven't flown with him thousands of times in his plane that you built. Or using, you know, your own flying ability.
He meant flying with Sonic, not while carrying him or sitting in a plane, like actually flying together. You fucking idiot. Hey everyone, Tony Sonic here. Thanks for watching the video, and as always, I hope you enjoyed the show. Now, Sonic Shuffle is a game that I personally haven't played, nor do I have any plans to play it anytime soon. In fact, unless Sega makes another reference to it, which will probably be in the year 20 never, I refuse to believe it's actually canon. Though, it would be nice to have another shot at a Sonic party game. In fact, the closest thing we've gotten to it since then is the side mode and secret rings, and, well, in objective sense, they're probably not that good. However, I do have some fond memories of playing the party mode with my grandma. It was a very long time ago, but I still remember them very fondly. With that out of the way, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, comment what you thought, and even subscribe for more videos like this one. Now that I've done 3 everything wrong lists, it's time to do 1 video of my own, and it's going to be about the various levels of the Sonic games. Though you'll have to wait a little bit, since I have some games that I really need to finish, and they're pretty essential to the list I'm making, so yeah, it'll be a bit of a wait. In any case, see you in a couple weeks!